Hello Thrivers, and welcome back to Hypothyroid Chef. I'm your thyroid health and cooking coach, Ginny Mahar, and today I'm sharing one of my all-time favorite side dishes that's quick, easy, it's absolutely delicious, crispy sweet potato rounds. So these little golden rounds are just the perfect balance of crispy edges and nice creamy centers, and they're packed with nutrients that can support your thyroid and overall health. So whether you're new to thyroid-friendly cooking or maybe just looking for a simple and versatile side dish recipe, this one is definitely a winner. It's one of the most popular recipes on the Hypothyroid Chef blog. Sweet potatoes are a fantastic thyroid-friendly food. We'll talk a little bit more about those later in the video, but just to give you a little bit of information, they're rich in antioxidants like beta-carotene and vitamin C. They're packed with prebiotic fiber to help support gut health, and they are naturally anti-inflammatory. Plus, they're a great source of complex carbs to keep your energy stable throughout the day. So this recipe makes use of one of my favorite cooking tools, the trusty sheet pan. So this is gonna help us get those irresistible crispy edges without the need for a deep fryer or lots of inflammatory fryer oil. I like to serve these with my deluxe burger salad with special sauce. I'll put that link in the description for you, and then use that special sauce as a dipping sauce for these crispy sweet potato rounds. But they're really great, on their own, with any main dish, with any kind of dipping sauce that you like. All right, let's get started. Here's what you're gonna need. 2 large sweet potatoes, 2 or 3 tablespoons of oil. You can use extra virgin olive oil, avocado oil. I'm gonna be using melted coconut oil today, some fine sea salt, and some freshly ground black pepper to taste. If you are on the autoimmune protocol, the elimination phase of that, you can just omit the black pepper, and these are not just gluten-free, dairy-free, and paleo, they're also AIP compliant. So first, you do want to preheat your oven to 425. I've already got that going. And you can choose to peel your sweet potatoes or leave the skin on. It's really completely up to you. Leaving the skin on does add some fiber and nutrients, but either way works. So we're just going to slice these into rounds about 1/4 to 1/3 of an inch thick. And you do want to try to keep these somewhat uniform in size so that they cook at the same rate. Okay, once we've got those all sliced up, you can go ahead and arrange those on your sheet pan and try to get them in a single layer so that they all have some contact with that cooking surface. We're not going to use a parchment sheet or anything like that here, just because having them right on the stainless steel sheet pan is going to help, conduct a little more heat and help caramelize those natural sugars so we get those nice crispy edges that we all love. Okay, then we're just gonna brush them with our oil. I'm gonna be using some melted coconut oil here. This is organic, unrefined coconut oil. And I just really like the way that the fruitiness of the coconut really complements the sweetness of the sweet potatoes. So that's what I usually use for these. So we'll just go ahead and brush each one of these individually, and then we'll sprinkle them with sea salt and freshly ground pepper. And once we've done that side, we'll just flip them over and repeat on the other side. Now, one thing with sheet pan cooking is, if you can, you want to try and leave a little bit of air space to conduct that heat around each piece of sweet potato. That's just going to help them cook really evenly, and it's going to help with that caramelization. So we'll just go ahead and brush this side with our oil. You can go ahead and be pretty generous here. And then again, we'll give them a little sprinkling of sea salt and freshly cracked pepper. And you can, get creative with the seasonings here. My Thrivers Club members have had fun trying different seasonings on these. So if you're feeling adventurous, it's really easy to jazz these up with something like cinnamon or chili powder. You could try garlic salt. They're really easy to customize, and they just pair beautifully with so many different dishes. All right, so we've got these nicely seasoned. I'm gonna go ahead and pop these in the oven for about 20 to 25 minutes. Okay, while those are in the oven, let's talk a little bit more about sweet potatoes. So as I mentioned earlier in the video, sweet potatoes are loaded with complex carbohydrates. So those really help fill you up. They help stabilize your blood sugar levels. They give you energy. They're also a very rich source of thyroid and immune supportive vitamins and minerals like beta-carotene, vitamin C, vitamin B6, potassium, magnesium. Sweet potatoes do contain a lot of fiber. They've got about 6.6 grams per cup, and that's really helpful to us because not only does it really support our gut health, it also is going to help support our digestion and can help prevent constipation that's really commonly associated with an underactive thyroid. They're also a prebiotic food, and that means that they feed that beneficial bacteria in your gut. So the prebiotic fiber are kind of like fertilizer for that good gut bacteria. So that's one of the nutritional highlights of sweet potatoes. There are a few things to know about sweet potatoes as a thyroid thriver. One is that sweet potatoes are considered a goitrogenic or thyroid inhibiting food. Now, instead of avoiding goitrogenic foods, the simple rule of thumb is to enjoy them cooked whenever possible, because cooking them is going to destroy those goitrogenic compounds. And the second thing to know about sweet potatoes is that they are pretty high in carbs. So these are complex carbs again, which can be really great for your energy. And really those complex carbs and adequate carbs are essential for your thyroid function. But yeah, sweet potatoes do come with a fairly high dose of carbs. So 1 cup contains 13 grams of naturally occurring sugar and about 35 grams of carbohydrates. So that doesn't mean don't eat sweet potatoes. It just means maybe don't overdo it. And if you're on a lower carbohydrate plan, you may need to limit your consumption. But really, all things considered, sweet potatoes are nutrient dense and a great addition to your thyroid-friendly meal planning. One last thing I'll mention about sweet potatoes is that unlike regular potatoes, they're not in the nightshade family. They're actually a completely different plant than regular potatoes. And that means that they're also Paleo and AIP compliant. And if you have a nightshade sensitivity, as some of us thyroid thrivers do, they can be a really great option for a starchy side that's satisfying, it's filling, tastes great, and is rich in those complex carbohydrates. Okay, so it's been about 25 minutes. I'm gonna go ahead and flip our sweet potato rounds. They're just starting to show a little bit of color on the underside. Now, whenever you're roasting veggies or anything on a sheet pan, it is really key to, at some point, pull it out and flip it. And I think this serves two purposes. One is just, obviously we wanna stir it around to get even cooking. Like in this case, we're flipping. But I think it also helps dump a lot of moisture. It helps moisture come out of the oven. When I opened the oven, a big cloud of steam came out, and just releasing some of that moisture while these are out and being flipped is gonna help them get more crisp. All right, so these are all flipped. We're gonna go ahead and pop them back in the oven. We'll roast them for another 15 or 20 minutes. I'll keep the light on so I can keep an eye on them. We just want both sides nice and crispy and really golden brown, but not burnt. So I'll go ahead and pop these back in. All right, these look just perfect. And that's all there is to it. Crispy, golden rounds of sweet potato perfection. These are so yummy. They're creamy, they're crispy, they're perfect with just salt and pepper, but you can go ahead and get creative if you want with the seasonings. I hope you find a chance to give this recipe a try soon. It really is just such a simple way to enjoy a thyroid-friendly side dish that's packed with flavor and packed with nutrients. Don't forget to grab the full recipe in the description below. And while you're there, you can check out my free thyroid-friendly grocery guide for even more delicious and nutrient-packed foods. If you enjoyed this video, please be sure to like, comment, and subscribe for more thyroid-friendly recipes and lifestyle tips. I'm Ginny Mahar, the Hypothyroid Chef, wishing you happy cooking, happy thriving, and the best of health. See you next time.